to Tiff's vlog. I'm sorry it's been a while since my last update. I think it's been over a month now, and the reason for that is because I've just been living my life. I've been going out and doing things, I've been seeing friends, I've been busier. So at the moment, Perth, Western Australia, where I live, is under our second lockdown. Perth has been this amazing utopian bubble where we haven't had any community transmission of coronavirus for 10 months, up until just this Sunday gone. So we've been living life as normal, pretending like there's not a global pandemic. We felt very lucky to be here. It's just crazy how fast things can change. And my heart really goes out to people who have been in lockdown even longer, people who haven't had any physical human contact in over a year. I've only been in lockdown now for 4 days and it's been pretty hard. I've been sleeping in, I've been feeling very fatigued, I've had little motivation to do things. I had a lot planned for this week. I was going to go back to work, and as you might be able to see behind me, I have everything set up to do Zoom lessons at the moment. So we haven't had any more community transmission since that one case that was confirmed on Sunday. So hopefully we can go back to normal life. Touch wood. So as you can see, I have healed up quite nicely from my jaw surgery. I am on day 51 post-surgery. It pretty much feels like I have a normal jaw now. I still do wake up in the morning with quite a lot of stiffness, and then I remember, oh yeah, I had my jaw broken and put back together 6 weeks ago. But for the most part, I am forgetting that I even had the surgery. On Friday night, I went out to a fringe show put on by a choir that I used to be in, and I hadn't seen some of those people in several months. And a few of them didn't know that I'd had jaw surgery, and they said they thought I looked different, but they couldn't really put their finger on what it was. And that's been the general consensus from people who know me well and people who don't know me well, is that I look a bit different, but it's nothing really obvious and it's nothing that anyone would really think twice about. A few people have commented that my jaw is more prominent, my lower jaw, and that my chin is pointier. I also think that my nose protrudes more. Well, it definitely protrudes more because I can feel it. That might be due to the swelling, but also because my maxilla was cut and put into a different position. And I also had a septoplasty, and I had some alar stitches put in my nose to make sure that it would widen anymore. So my nose is actually, I think, even a little narrower than it was before, which I'm quite happy about because I was a bit self-conscious about having a broad nose before. So aesthetically, I'm really pleased with how everything turned out. My face is going to keep changing probably over the next year or so as the residual swelling goes down. The surgeon said to me that after 3 weeks, 80 to 90% of the swelling goes down, and then it takes 9 months to a year for the rest of that 10 to 20% of the swelling to go down. And I've noticed that when it's hot, I feel the swelling a lot more, and when I drink, I feel the swelling. And that's because I get Asian flush. Hot tip, if you're allergic to alcohol, or if you're allergic to anything and you're exposed to that, that's going to make your swelling even worse. I still feel quite a bit of tightness in my face, particularly around my nose and upper jaw, and around where the titanium plates are, here, 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 and here. I have quite a bit of stiffness, particularly through the midline of my face, and that stiffness is even more pronounced first thing in the morning when I wake up. It gets better throughout the day as I talk and chew and use my face more. I'm experiencing quite a lot of stiffness and tension in my muscles in my face and around my jaw and in my neck and upper back. I think part of that is because my muscles are in a different position in relation to the bones, so everything's kind of having to readjust now. I got my splint taken off. I think it was exactly 4 weeks after my surgery. And this is what my teeth look like. It feels so weird to have my teeth coming together, and I still get taken aback every time they collide when I'm talking or when I'm eating after having had an anterior open bite for pretty much my whole life. This is normal for most people. This is a healthy occlusion. But at the tender age of 31, I'm experiencing this for the first time. My jaw function is pretty much back to how it was before, though it's kind of like I'm in rehabilitation and I'm having to relearn how to use the muscles in my face and jaw again. I have noticed that my voice has changed. I think with my lower jaw being a little bit more forward now and rotated this way, my vocal folds are in a better position and they are coming together more easily. So I'm able to speak using less muscular tension and without slamming my vocal folds together. So I have gone back to choir rehearsals with the Baden Street Singers. My voice did fatigue quite easily, but in a lot of ways it feels easier to vocalize now. And prior to the surgery, I could never really figure out how to sing with vibrato. I can access my mixed voice much easier as well. And I'm really looking forward to getting my voice back to the level of vocal health and fitness that I had before, and to go even beyond that. Smiling and laughing a lot does tire me out. This is me smiling. I feel like it's almost a full Duchenne smile, where all of these muscles are activating and it looks like a real smile rather than just grimacing like I was before, as if I had Botox. The surgeon gave me 4 different exercises to do. So the first one, to encourage rolling of the top lip, is this making fish lips and then smiling. The next one is, I'm going to mess up my lipstick when I do this, using my thumbs on my top teeth and my index fingers on my bottom teeth and just applying pressure to encourage my jaw to open. I'm very hit and miss with this exercise. Some days I can open to 3 fingers width, which was my goal. Some days I can barely get 2 fingers in. I think part of it is psychological, worrying that I might open too wide and aggravate my jaw joints. I have been a bit slack with my exercises, so I'm going to try and be a bit more disciplined and a bit more consistent with them from now on. The last time I went to see the surgeon, he noticed that I was opening asymmetrically, that my lower jaw was going off to the right. So my third exercise is to gently apply pressure to the right side here and to kind of support it on the left side up here. I still have asymmetry in my face, and I know that it's probably never going to be perfectly symmetrical, and at this point I'm okay with that. On the left hand side, my neck, underneath my neck, these muscles are quite tight. Again, that's because my lower jaw has been rotated this way, and so the muscles are still settling into their new position. The orthodontist told me to wear my Invisalign retainers again full time. Those are the retainers that I was wearing for about 2 months before the surgery. Because my teeth had moved immediately after the surgery and I hadn't been wearing any aligners for that whole month, putting them back in was really painful. In addition to, I guess, residual pain and discomfort from the surgery, having my teeth shifting like that was really, really unpleasant. It was a whole new level of pain. I was on strong opioids. Lucky for me, I also got sick that same week that I got my splint taken off. I was feverish, I had a runny nose, I had a really sore throat, I couldn't swallow anything. I was nauseous, so I had no appetite. And I was also vomiting. So that was a really, really difficult week for me. I had to go long periods of time without my aligners in. It was way too painful. And on top of that, they gave me these really thick elastics to wear as well, which were hurting me even more. At the moment, I am wearing my aligners just at night time. Disclaimer, do not go against your orthodontist's advice, but I know that I'm getting new aligners next week, and I feel now that my teeth have gone back into position. Hopefully the new aligners that I get next week will be the last set of aligners that I have to wear, because it's been 2 years now since I have been on Invisalign, and yeah, I'm just ready to be done with jaw surgery and orthodontic work. I've been dealing with quite a lot of fatigue since the surgery. Part of that is just post-surgery fatigue, I guess, but I think part of that is because I was sick. I wasn't eating properly, and I think I might still be iron deficient. I'm not a vegetarian, but I haven't been eating a lot of meat, mostly because meat is kind of hard to eat and hard to chew. I've been trying to eat some beef mince. I've been eating like chili con carne and bolognese sauce with mashed vegetables or whatever I can handle. I can pretty much eat whatever I want now, but because my teeth are in a new position and my bite surfaces still feel a bit weird. If you think about it, the bite surfaces on your teeth develop from your chewing habits. So when you change very suddenly how your teeth line up, your bite surfaces are not really gonna come together optimally. I've been able to eat hard things like carrot sticks and hard crackers and that sort of thing, but because I can't chew things into a pulp enough, then I get indigestion from having like big chunks of food in my stomach, if that makes sense. It's also just easier to eat soft or blended up foods now. I'm hoping that this will improve over time. My main struggle is also not being able to open my mouth that wide. I was saying that the first thing I wanted to eat when I got my splint taken off was a burrito. God damn it, I would love to just bite into a burrito right now. But I literally cannot open my mouth wide enough to fit a burrito in there, so I might have to work my way up to that. One of my favorite go-to meals at the moment, which doesn't sound that great, but I've been really enjoying, is blending up fruit with a bit of juice or coconut water and putting 4 scoops of Ensure in there. And Ensure is a meal replacement powder. I went quite a long time without having the Ensure because I didn't like the taste of it, and because the nurses at the hospital told me to try to eat real food and only use the Ensure as a supplement. But then at a certain point I kind of just gave up on trying to eat and was like, hey, I'm gonna go for the Ensure. Sort of like a dairy vanilla taste, which is not that pleasant on its own. So I've been blending up things like stone fruits, mangoes, frozen berries, frozen bananas, blending it up really thick in the NutriBullet, and it's almost like a sorbet, but sorbet that is nutritionally complete. I have lost about 4.5 kilos, which puts me at my pre-COVID weight, which I'm happy about. Most of that weight loss has come from when I was sick 2 weeks ago, when I had no appetite and it hurt to swallow and I just couldn't eat anything. Prior to that, I was eating a lot of high-calorie liquid foods like custard and ice cream and creamy and cheesy soups. So I don't think I lost much weight those immediate few weeks after the surgery. I think quite a bit of that weight has been actually loss of muscle, which is not ideal. I haven't been able to exercise much lately because I've been dealing with fatigue. I have been walking and I have been doing a bit of yoga, and I did a couple of dance aerobics classes at the gym. But I have noticed that my strength is really not what it used to be. And even lifting everyday things like lifting my laptop or lifting groceries feels much harder than it did before. I'm looking forward to getting my strength back. Hopefully you'll see another update from me in the not too distant future. Thanks for tuning in. Please like and comment and subscribe. And thank you for watching. Bye. And guess who got their splint off? I'm so happy. And they gave me a toothbrush and I brushed my teeth for like 5 minutes. It felt so good. Look at my teeth, and I can talk properly.